Jinko was founded 2006 and went public in New York Stock Exchange in 2010, and that was the trigger for a pretty tremendous growth story we saw over the last 8 years. Starting as a small Chinese ingot and wafer manufacturer and then becoming the biggest solar PV module manufacturer in the world. With over 10 gigawatt of production capacity, fully integrated player all along the value chain, and meanwhile selling our products to residential, commercial, rooftop owners and also investors all around the world, in 90 countries of the world. So we are pretty proud actually having done this pretty fast development in a fast growing industry as well. We are very honored actually about this award that we receive for two main reasons. One is in this particular industry, energy, which is in a transition from, let's say, a former very centralized, monopolized industry towards a much more decentralized, much more closer to the end customer, to the consumer market, thanks to new renewable technologies. And that makes actually branding much more important than it used to be in the good old times. And that's why such an award is something which is extremely important in such a changing economic and industry environment like in energy. And on the other hand, it's also being a Chinese company, having started as a small wafer manufacturer and meanwhile now being the biggest PV module manufacturer in the world. It's a big honor, of course. It's a huge challenge to develop towards a global player with a footprint all around the world, with presence in the key countries in the world, in all the continents, to move from such a Chinese company to a global player. And that's something where we see a big compliment as well, an appreciation of this transition, which is culturally inside the company, to change the mindset towards a global player, but also externally towards stakeholders to convince them about our Jinko technology, about our quality, and also about investing into Chinese technology and renewable energies. In this industry, branding is becoming more and more important. As I explained, we are moving to a more decentralized energy production approach. For us as a manufacturer, we actually move from a B2B business to more of a B2B2C business. So end customers like residential roof owners, commercial roof owners, like big investors are becoming more and more aware of new technologies, and that's where branding becomes very important, of course. We have changed our strategy completely from a more of a commodity business to an actually branding energy business. Our core competence is meanwhile branding energy, and we do that in many different initiatives and activities. We just recently launched a completely new technology as well, which is the highest efficient, highest power modules in the market, our Cheetah series, which was just recently launched. And that is being appreciated by the market as well. We have been nominated or also awarded as the most respected PV module manufacturer by European installers as well. So there's different kind of activities strengthening the brand all around the globe and marketing more energy than a simple product. Especially in this changing industry environment where we are moving from a B2B to a B2B2C market, it's extremely important to move closer to the end customer. And for us, the end consumer is either investors or rooftop owners, residential or commercial rooftop owners. And it's key to convince them on the one hand about new technologies, renewables and solar technology, which has become mature and which is meanwhile also economically viable. So the stakeholders have to change their mindset here, which is happening. And then, of course, on the other hand, also to convince them about trusting in new innovative technology coming from China, where the perception in the past was rather about low-cost product, lower quality product, and that has changed entirely over the last 2 to 3 years, where big R&D investments have been made by Chinese companies in this PV technology, leading to big innovations, meanwhile coming from China, and the best quality also of solar modules coming from China. And that is being, let's say, appreciated by customers as well, who build trust in solar by investing in Jinko products, and that's something extremely rewarding.